purpose of this video is to give an idea of the different functionality and versatility of our 27 zoom factor PTZ camera with IR. Okay, so basically we want to look at both the pan, the tilt, the zoom functionality, and also its infrared functionality in terms of nighttime vision. So what we have is we just have this set up on an entrance area here. What I want to do first of all is just show how it handles that if we bring it right down and want to rotate the camera to look 180 degrees in the opposite direction, how it works. So what we're going to use here is simply the arrow down button. I'm just going to keep it held down here. So it'll keep going down till we come to 90 degrees. It turns 180 degrees then rotate, and then it just flips back up to be able to go straight out there. And we can see a sign in the distance here, probably about 12 meters away, and we just want to zoom in and focus on exactly what we have here. So when we're doing movements on this, we're having it at a zoom factor of 1 because it's just much easier to move it and much faster to do it that way as well. So I'm just going to start zooming in by pressing the zoom button here. So we'll zoom right in, so we have a factor of 21 here, and it becomes evident to us the sign saying TV trade. But we can zoom right in to this point here. So we can see here, I'm just going to go down first of all, these signs here, they're written in about 25mm writing, but the smaller stuff above is at about 16mm. So it just shows the distance 12 meters. To be able to read that with such clarity is quite impressive, okay? So what I'm going to do is just zoom back out, and we're just going to zoom into another thing that's a distance from the camera. So we'll zoom it out to a factor of 1 again, and I'll just rotate around, and we see a sign here which we want to focus in on. So we just want to start it off and centralize it as much as possible in the center of the picture. And now we start zooming in. So you're going to move the camera up slightly and zoom further again. And we can see here it zooms in and it's simply saying, attention, this container must be repaired with steel. Okay? So this is writing, again, that's only about 10mm high, and it's at a distance of about 8 to 9 meters from the camera here. But I think it demonstrates the point again that the actual zoom and the capability to get right in where we need quite quickly is extremely impressive. So what we're now going to do is just focus on zooming, covering the yard, and also we spot then a truck, and we're somewhat suspicious of this truck, and we just want to see what the reg number on it is. So what I want to do here is, if we're zooming in a distance here, we want to keep the angle as straightforward as possible. And what we're going to do here is we'll just zoom in quite quickly. And we can see here, even from well before we get to the maximum zoom, we would have been able to read the reg number. But this here is a factor of 30. We zoom down. So we can see the reg number on this extremely clear. And if we move, we'll say, to the left of this, we can see there's stakes stacked here. Now this is about 30 meters away from the camera, and you can see how clear the vision on it is, okay? So it's extremely impressive in terms of that. Now to demonstrate the nighttime vision, what we're going to do is just go to our playback section, and we'll simply go here. We've selected the 5th of March, and we're going to go to a time of between 7 and 8 o'clock at night. We've actually done some movement of our camera at night time here. So we just click in here. We're asked which cameras you want to do playback on, all of them, and we'll say no. We'll simply do it in playback in camera number 8, and I press OK. So we're zoomed right in here on the sign that we showed originally. So at a later point in this video, which I'm just going to forward on to now, so we want to get as close to 1957 as we can. So just go back a tiny bit there. Okay, and no, unfortunately now. Right, so what we have here is we're getting very close to where we want to get to here. So we're pulling out there from that. We're going to zoom across the yard. So you can see there's absolute total darkness there. And with the IR, we have reasonable vision here. We can see somebody moving away. And we see this truck here again. And we're saying we want to focus in here. So there's a little bit of dampness on the screen. It's nighttime vision, but it's not really flecking or blurring here. So what we can see here is, because it's a white background at nighttime, we're getting a lot of glare on this. But it can adjust for this. It just takes a couple of seconds to figure it out. So we have a factor of 28, and now we're into a maximum factor of 30. So we can read the reg number quite well here, but look what happens in a minute now when it's really focusing in on that reg number. Everything else is blackened out, and I can pull up the resolution on it extremely well. And indeed, you can see both the Ireland writing and also the European flag on it. And you have to remember that's just on a number plate 30 metres away. The full maximum distance on this in terms of nighttime vision, you're probably talking about 100 to 120 metres. So it's extremely impressive from that dip. So hopefully anyway this overview of the sheer versatility and functionality of our 27 zoom factor PTZ with IR shows you just what an excellent camera this is.